Hi, I wrote a blog post today at my website changesalwayspossible.com about writing a letter of support to the people at Standing Rock who are doing that amazing work of direct action and peaceful protest. And the reason that I came up with that idea was because I remembered an exercise that I did on a Work That Reconnects workshop I attended with Joanna Macy a number of years ago, and it was a really profound experience for me, and I actually quite often tell people about it because it's never left me, and it really shifted things in the way that I looked at my part in the changes that need to come about on Earth. And so I am offering you the chance to take part in that exercise. It's obviously a modified version because I'm going to do it with you rather than us do it as part of a group, but I hope that you get some of the sense of the power of it nonetheless. So in order for us to do this, I need to rely on our ability to create intention and to use our imagination. And what we're going to do is an exercise called the seventh generation, and that involves us imagining that we're travelling to a time that is outside of normal time and space, a place where we can meet and talk with a future person from 7 generations in the future, which is around about 200 years. So you may wish to close your eyes to do this. You may wish to stop the video at certain points to write things down, or just to speak out loud your answers. Just do it whatever way suits you. I will leave a little pause so that you can switch the video off if you want to do it that way. Okay, so I will speak to you as the person from the future, and I want you to answer the questions as yourself, currently now living on planet Earth in the 21st century. I hope that makes sense. Bear with me, give it a go. You never know, you might get something out of it. Okay, so there are 2 assumptions we're going to make. One is that there is still human life on Earth in 200 years' time, and the other assumption is that they aren't living as some sort of scattered bands or people in conflict, that they have some sort of common culture that tells them some of the stories about this time on Earth, and that they have found a way to live that is life-sustaining. So those are the 2, assumptions we're going to make. So if you feel comfortable, close your eyes and just take a couple of breaths, and we'll just settle in. Just breathing in and breathing out. And what I'd like you to do is imagine that we're travelling together to this place outside of normal time, where you can meet with this person from the future. And through me, they're going to ask you some questions. And the first question is, Ancestor, I greet you. It's so amazing to see your face, because all my life I have heard stories from teachers and grandparents about the time you are living in. Some of the things I've heard I find hard to believe, so I'd like to check them out with you. They say that in your time there are a few people richer than the richest ancient kings, while billions of people are without enough food or shelter or clean water. They tell us that in your time bombs are being made that can blow up whole cities. We know about that, but they say you know about it too, right when the bombs are being made. They tell us that whole species of animals and plants are going extinct. We know about that too, because gone is gone, but they tell us that you knew about it while it was happening. Is all this true? And if it's true, what is it like for you to live in such a world? And you can stop the video if you wish now to answer that question. What is it like for you to live in such a world as the world we currently have? And the second question from this future being: Ancestor, I greet you. When we in our generations find water we can drink and soil that's safe to grow food, it is thanks to the work you and your friends are doing on our behalf. It must be hard for you, especially at the beginning, standing up for beings you haven't even met and never will. So I want to ask you these questions. What inspired you to start on this path? What were the first steps you took? So what were the first steps you took? What has inspired you to start on this path to help these future beings, these generations? And again, you can stop the video if you want to take a bit of time to write down your answer or just say it out loud. And now the third question. Ancestor, I greet you. We know you did not stop with those first steps. There are stories and songs about what you and your friends are doing to leave us a livable world. What they don't tell us, and what I would like to know, is where you find the strength to do this. Where do you find the power to keep going for the sake of life, despite all the obstacles and discouragement? Can you tell me? And again, stop the video if you want to write the answers to that or say them out loud. And when you feel that you've completed, just come back into this time and this place. And remember, there are those generations in the future, they're relying on us. They need us to make the changes. And the people at Standing Rock, they're part of that. They're leading the way. They represent that greater movement that so many of us are part of. So if you feel moved to, write a letter, email it to me at Mari, that's MAIRI, at changeIsAlwaysPossible.com, and I will make sure it gets to those people on the ground fighting on behalf of all of us now and all of those in the future. Thanks.